I'm Niharika. Now, do you get scared easily, especially watching horror films? In fact, one of the best horror film I have seen is The Conjuring. Well, it sent shivers down my spine. And couple of scenes, where the girl was dragged by an unseen force. Oh my god, I had goosebumps. Literally, I was scared to hell for weeks after watching the film. Yes, you got it right. So we are here talking about fear. And in today's lesson, we are going to look at some vocabulary that would help you to talk about fear. Now, there are people who are scared of insects. There are people who are afraid of dark. There are men who are afraid of their wives. Well, just kidding. So yes, here we are talking about fear. Now, the common words that are used to describe fear are being afraid, then, like for example, my dog is afraid of loud noises, okay? Then we have some more words like frightened, okay, like I'm frightened at the sight of spiders. And then we have terrified and petrified. Okay, so these are certain words that you can use to talk about fear. Okay, so fear is being afraid of something or worrying about something unpleasant or something bad, okay? At times when you are scared looking at something, your reaction is, okay, so this is what fear is. Now we looked at some words here. Now let's have a look at some expressions. The first one that we have is a terrifying ordeal. Now a terrifying ordeal means a terrible or a dreadful experience. The word ordeal means experience. So a terrible or a dreadful experience. For example, you can say that the power of the quake was a terrifying ordeal for us. So of course, if you are feeling an earthquake, the experience is not great. It's definitely a dreadful experience, right? So you can say that the power of the quake was a terrifying ordeal for all of us. Okay? The next one that we have for you is send shivers down my spine. Remember, at the beginning of the lesson, I said that the film Conjuring sent shivers down my spine, which means I was extremely frightened, okay? I was extremely scared. I was spooked. Spooked is another word that describes fear, okay? So send shivers down my spine, it means that you were extremely scared, you were extremely frightened. Okay, so the horror film sent shivers down my spine. Okay, now let's have a look at another one. Make somebody's hair stand on end. Now, to make somebody's hair stand on end is pretty much similar to goosebumps. You know how you have goosebumps when you are nervous or when you are extremely scared, frightened, right? So this is pretty much similar to this. It makes your hair stand, okay? So this means you're frightened or you were extremely scared or nervous or you're worrying about something unpleasant, okay? Like, for example, The very thought of jumping out of a plane makes my hair stand on end. Well, it's called skydiving. Now, of course, when you skydive, you're jumping out of a plane. And that's not a great experience. You'll be always nervous or really scared. So the very thought of jumping out of the plane makes my hair stand on end. Okay? Now let's see another one here. Bricking it. Now, bricking it is a British slang. And what it means is when somebody is extremely scared or frightened, they crap in their pants. Okay? So that's a British slang that people use. For example, wild dogs were running behind me and I was bricking it. Okay? So this means I was so scared that I was shitting in my pants. Okay? So that's what it is. That's a British slang. So bricking it is when you're extremely frightened, okay, that people crap in their own pants, right? Next one we have is jump out of my skin. Jump out of my skin is a sudden shock or a sudden surprise. For example, I'm sitting in a library reading my book and there's a sudden noise and you're like, okay, so that is a sudden surprise or a sudden shock, right? Okay, so it's a sudden surprise or a sudden shock. So that is when you jump out of your skin. So if you have to use this expression, you can say that the loud noise made me jump out of my skin. Okay, or you can say, well, I was watching a horror film and suddenly there was a knock at my door and I jumped out of my skin. So, I was engrossed watching a horror film. I was anyways a little scared watching the film. And then there was a bang at the door. Of course, it was a shock to me, right? So I jumped out of my skin. So these are some expressions that would help you to talk about fear, okay, being in a state of fear. There are too many things in this world to be afraid of, but I'm sure you would not be afraid of talking about fear in English anymore. So do keep watching our videos and I'll be back with a new lesson for you. Till then, you take care. Bye-bye.